What is up, howlers? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on where you are at. We are live. I'm Allergus,
I'm hazy.
and this is Howling at
Howling at night.
Night. We do have a special guest, and he did
Indeed, he do.
say he did say
Hello.
his name. Uh, Theodore, would you like
Yes.
to
Big
introduce
Daddy
yourself?
L.
Would I like to what?
Would you like to
Uh,
introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself,
I
you know?
am
Uh,
Eldor. I am a modder and a goofy goober. That's all I got.
Yeah, we've been
I would say
trying for a little while to get Edor on the podcast. Uh and things happen. But he's here. And that's what counts. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about gaming, we're gonna be talking maybe a little bit about modding and get to know him a bit. Uh Eodor, what is the story behind your name?
My name originates from the show Merlin. His hometown was called Eldor. I was a big fan of the show. And then the Prime technically comes from Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Yeah,
Autobots,
Transformers fantasy.
roll out.
a little bit of
Autobot.
both.
Okay.
Autobots. Oh, out. Fair enough.
Um.
Well, that kind of leads me. This is not a question that technically revolves around anything,
Mhm.
or to begin with. This is probably how a lot of my questions are going to come into play. Is he's going to say shit, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, here's a fun little question for you. What's your favorite Transformer, or who's your favorite Transformer? I should say. Autobot, Decepticon, Predacon.
Decepticon named Screech.
Say that one more time.
Decepticon, his name was Screech or something. He was
Mm.
a fighter jet.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Welcome
He's a
in,
fucking
Fox.
Don't think it's
monstrous
Screech,
dog. I had the fucking toy and everything as a kid.
but... Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Um. So, Eodor, you also
Yes.
have some titles. One of which is the Echo King.
Yes.
Why do people call you the Echo King?
I was one of the first in few to create 3D Terraria. By all means, I was the first to create 3D interactive Terraria where you could walk in any plane of direction you wish.
Holy crap. Uh, how long did that take you, by the way?
900 hours on the beta, 1,300 hours and continuing on the main.
And that's base Terraria, like that's not like adding
No
like mods or
mods,
anything.
not
That
a
is
single
wild.
mod, all vanilla. I've gotten respect from many, and I am to believe that they changed the Echo platforms to pre-hard mode for me because of those exploits.
Interesting.
Now, speaking of Terraria, um, I have another question. Um, but we kind of know and we can gleam in on this. What is your favorite game and why is it that game?
Definitely Terraria, because there's no limitations to what you can do as long as you're willing to look to the outside of everything.
Hmm.
I've over 14 years of playing that game,
Wow.
and that's playing it continuously. Like, I at least play it once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Constant.
Oh man. Sorry. My uh for the listeners, I'm under the weather, so my voice is a bit coarse and I will be coughing throughout this. So very much apologies uh for that. Uh before we really, because
It's
we're on a
okay.
surface level right now, is there anything specific that you want to talk about on today's podcast?
Me? Nothing. If for me, I'd say nothing too crazy. There's just
Okay.
I like to remake games in Terraria that shouldn't be there. As is, I've made Pokemon Fire Red, I've made Stardew Valley, and even gotten approval and consent from Concerned Ape to make Stardew Valley within the game. And I've made The Legend of Zelda, waiting on approval for that before I release.
So you got approval for Stardew Valley, and you said as well as Pokemon.
And Pokemon in written form, and they wrote
What was that
a.
process like?
They contacted me first.
No, no, Donnie.
They actually reached out and wrote a news article about it and how insane it was that I wasn't using any mods or anything and that I should continue.
Really?
Yeah. Whole news article on it. I have the whole website for 'em and everything. It makes me feel good.
Um, send me
I'll be
that.
honest.
Send me the article. I'm assuming it's
Definitely
online,
have to
right?
send you that. Yes.
Yeah,
Honestly
send me the
speaking,
article.
Ter- I'm gonna butt in a little bit because
Hmm.
Terraria is also one of, if not my favorite game of all time, as
Yeah.
well. A close, another game that competes with it a lot. And the only reason I'm going to say it isn't is because it's less of a game and more of a franchise, and that's the Diablo series.
Hmm.
But the fact that you have managed to become so well connected with such an amazing community, dear L,
Yes.
is fucking. It's honestly very inspiring.
You guys are telling me I met all of you guys, and you guys, I'm top 2 right now on CurseForge. It's
Yeah,
insane.
even more so. Like the fact that's another thing. The fact that you've that's a whole other thing to talk about as well is the fact that you have how long ago was it that it was like two
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks ago you got what the front page of CurseForge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And then a
literally.
whole nother YouTube thing of me being in their top 2 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Like,
beautiful.
can you gleam in on this for us? Because literally you started Mimic Tail for Hightail. Uh, what, 5 months ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
That process and journey from making it 5 months ago to ending up on the front page of CurseForge
It's
today.
astounding. Yeah, I started with 3 mimics, and now I'm at 64 different creatures, 41 different pets, and over almost 15 weapons now. So
What
that's a lot of stuff to make.
because it's all one mod. So like, it does because I have no experience with modding. Does making like a new creature and stuff like how does that affect the rest of the mod?
Not very much. I do have to worry about placement a lot,
Okay.
or else you'll get flooded with creatures in one area too often.
Gotcha. So like particular
So
biomes for them to spawn in and stuff like that.
Mm, I'm completely self-taught too, so I jumped in and I wanted to do it. I've always had my own idea of making my own game, and I decided to put it into Hightail, and people have been enjoying it thoroughly. Makes my
Really?
it makes my day.
So what got you into modding and like how did that process start?
I started in Terraria, which was only 2D, much easier to work with than 3D.
Yeah.
And I was more into the coding side than I was
Hmm.
the pixel art. I mean, I was good with the pixel art. It looked great, but enjoyed the coding. Pushed me every damn day. And then my brother actually talked me into buying Hightail, and on a whim, I created my own stuff. Decided to share it.
That is awesome. Uh, we kind of got a little bit into it, but as we know, Terraria is your favorite game. But
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if that's your first game. What at a young age, whatever that age may have been, what is your origin story? What got you into gaming? And kind of put you on that path of nerdom.
The cheat codes in Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo.
Nice.
The
Oh, that
Konami
takes me
code is
back.
getting tattooed on my body soon.
Okay.
I am actually going to be adding the Konami code to my mod. So you'll be able to do up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start, and something will happen.
Okay.
Not sure which yet.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, did you watch the new movie?
No.
I haven't either. It's on my list of movies I need to watch.
We might have to watch that in a stream.
We will probably have to. Um, I'm just going down the list because we're going back and forth. Do. Other, because you're working on Mimic Tale, right? That's like your
Yes.
baby, your passion project.
Eventually
Is
gonna be my
there
own game under the same name, actually.
really?
Continue though, sorry.
Is there any other projects that you're working on, or is it primarily just Mimic Tale? Your current mod for Hytale.
I am working on a plus series like me and you have talked about before,
Hmm.
where it's more for adult content within the mod.
Okay, so kind of like an addition where it's part of the mod, but it's not necessarily part of the core of the mod. It's like an add-on.
Correct. Correct.
Gotcha.
Featuring like plants and herbs and accessories for said
Ah,
herbs.
the Zaza, if you will.
Yes. Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Now you said that you're planning on making Mimic Tale, making a game.
Yes.
What exactly is your current like plan of action for that? Like what is uh if you will, what is your how far out are you thinking like okay, it's an idea right now, maybe taking time, figuring out stuff. Is it just in the planning stage? Is it a thought? Is it where are you at
I
on that journey?
I've had the lore for it written for over a year now. And
Okay.
then I started slightly adding that into Hightails. So honestly, as long as Hightail is alive, Mimic Tail will be within it. But as soon as, or if Hightail dies, me and Siegfried from MMO Skill Trees plan to make our own game together.
Very interesting.
That is awesome. Because they are also, if I remember correctly,
They are in the hundreds of thousands of downloads.
weren't they also on the front page as well?
Yes. Yes, they
So,
were.
Now, if I'm being honest, as far as CurseForge goes, I've only ever seen CurseForged in regards to Minecraft stuff,
mhm,
which is funny because I'm pretty sure as of recent times, a lot of Minecraft mods have transferred over to a different thing.
Yeah, which is mostly within Minecraft.
Yeah, but it does leave me curious as to have you ever done this kind of modding for games like such as Minecraft?
I've never modded in 3D other than my own Mimic Tail game, which was
Ah,
through Blender in 3D operations,
okay.
which wasn't
Okay.
modding, it was just making creatures and animations. I've actually been told I mod Hytale in the hardest form possible.
Really?
Why is that?
Yes. It is all through JSON files instead of Java, which Java's compatible. So I basically do
Oh,
all the writing myself,
damn.
and Java for the other people fills in.
That's
So,
genuinely impressive.
because you're basically writing it yourself, what what challenges have you experienced during this process?
So many. It's live and learn throughout the entire thing, but so
Yeah,
many errors. Uh, I've been through plenty of updates just to fix an error I've made in post just by accident. Like it could be a
of
couple
course.
letters off. It could be a single letter off and it'll ruin the entire process. With as for Java, I guess they have a system that's kind of like an autocorrect, which won't let you place those objects in that scenario.
Okay.
Whereas I have to live and learn throughout the process, which is why my mimics still don't work as portable storage, unfortunately. I'm thinking
Uh,
about switching to the Java, but I enjoy the challenge of what I've got going on.
So, on a slightly different note, because my brain clicked with something, and I thought this would be an interesting question to ask. As of recently, we've all been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering together, and you've stated that
Yes,
Magic the Gathering is something that you've loved and enjoyed. When did you
very
first pick it
much.
up, and who, if anybody, got you into it?
I picked it up about, oh, almost, thank you, son. Almost 10 years ago. I was working at a place that waterproofs companies and stuff, and I was working with the boss's son, the guy that owns the entire company. And we became really good friends because he didn't know what he was doing, but I knew what I was doing, and I made him look good. I helped him through his situation. He was coming into a new spot, and he ended up becoming one of the best because of it. But he invited me out one night, showed me all his cards, and he even bought me my first deck,
okay.
which is the one I fought you guys with the first time. So I'm very sentimental, as you can tell from me playing you with the base deck that he bought me the first time. And the passion started as soon as that motherfucker played goblins and he had 130 of them on the field attacking.
Hmm.
That's when the passion started because he declared it as a single attack,
Yeah,
and I deflected it at another character, at another player. That's when it all started. I just deflected it
interesting.
all to another player instead of myself. I couldn't take damage throughout that, and I got so excited, even though I was going to die the next turn.
So it's always nice to hear someone so passionate, especially about Magic
Absolutely.
specifically, because, in
It's
my
like
opinion,
watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time. You start to get those chills, your hairs stick up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I feel that. So you were first introduced to just Commander in general, then,
Correct. Started out at
instead of
Commander.
Okay.
okay. It's very. I mean, that's very different from my personal experience, mostly because
Yeah.
I've played 60
I
card, but that was just with some drunks that I used to hang out with.
uh,
Not great people. Like they lose a match, they try to fight you in the street. Horrible people.
Yeah, my first introduction to Magic was like when I was like 8, give or take,
That was
on
me
the
with Yu-Gi-Oh.
age. And basically it was one of those things where it's like I didn't have cards of my own, but my neighbor did.
Oh
And
yeah.
we would play
Feel
with
that.
their cards. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this. Yeah, damn.
It's snarky. Uh,
It's, yeah.
but yeah,
Welcome
we
in.
would play, and then they moved away eventually, and with that, I kind of forgot about the game until oh, adulthood, basically, when I had a friend staying over, and I saw the cards, and I'm like, this kind of feels familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it until like it was eating away at me enough where I was like, you know what, screw it, let's go to a card shop and figure this game out.
For me personally, it was my dad introduced me to Magic because he had been playing it since I believe its fruition since it first came out, and and the funny part is, as a kid, I wasn't really allowed to touch a lot of his more
Valuable.
game-esque stuff. Like he had
Yeah.
a bunch of Pokemon cards at one point, which I ended up destroying as a kid. Not very proud of myself for that. I don't think any of it was like
It
worth
happens
anything.
to the
It was
best
it was
of
like
us.
it was just bulk Pokemon card stuff. It was Magic. There was a bunch of D&D miniatures I wasn't allowed to touch or anything like that. But when I turned, I want to say not 7. I've been playing for almost 15 years now.
Hmm.
When he first introduced it to me, he finally decided when he finally decided, hey, you're old enough to play to check this out, to understand the game and the way it plays and whatnot. Of course, my dad had no idea what the fuck Commander was. I hadn't even heard of it at that point. I don't think it was a thing when he first taught me. Uh, and funnily enough, this next part will actually lead into another question. The first deck I ever had was a green white deck, which leads into the question: what was technically for L? This, I guess, this is kind of more of a question for Chris or Largus.
Okay.
Sorry, I gotta get better at saying your stream name. Uh, since we kind of already know what his first deck was, what was the first? What were the first colors you ever played? That,
Or for Alogus.
This is a
both,
question
if you want to reiterate, if you actually want to reiterate
uh
for chat and whatnot.
okay. Let's do Eodor first, and then I can glean my mind.
Yeah.
My first colors would have been okay, so it was red, black, and blue.
Red, black, blue.
Interesting.
Okay.
Which was my favorite combo because a lot of the red cards and the black cards bring back things either from exile or the grave.
Yeah.
Which fire would be more exile and black would be from the grave, or vice versa, depending on the card.
Very interesting.
So the more you kill another person, the more you can bring. Well, the more you block with and dies, the more you bring back.
Mhm.
Fair.
Um.
As I stated on my end, I played a green white deck originally, which, because of how old the cards were, because these were like older Magic cards, a lot of them were. I wish my dad kind of wishes we still had some of them because a lot of them would actually be worth a decent penny and would be very useful to have right now. But it was mostly like the quintessential big stompy life game that you would partake from green white.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, if we're talking commander, my first commander deck that I had was a deck that I made, and basically, because I started standard, right? The standard format. Got accustomed to that, kept on winning at my local LGS, my local game store, right? And then basically what that turned into is modern because after so many sets, the sets kind of rotate out and then the new sets become the new standard, right? And because I had cards from previous sets, now I'm doing modern and I'm just winning, and I kinda got bored at a point, right? So it was around, uh, when they brought Ravnica back. It was a little bit afterwards, and I had a Simic deck, which was green-blue, and I had a, uh, uh I can't think of the combination type, but it was red-green and then green-blue. Uh, and I was trying to figure out because I saw the synergy, I saw something was there, and I'm like, "Okay, let me meld these together." I'm getting interested in Commander, everyone's telling me, "Oh, you should play it."
Definitely.
And so I melded them together, I was looking, and it took me a couple days, right, of, like
So you fused a Gruul and a Simic deck
yes, Gruul and
into a
Simic,
teamer deck.
yes. Into a
Gruul and
commander
Simic.
deck, into the deck colors of Tamir, which is red, blue, and green.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it is big stompies, right? I uh either build up creatures to make them big, or I cast out creatures that are already big, right? And I was going through, and after a while, I landed on a lovely card, which I believe we played live, which is Animar. And
Oh
its
God,
whole
yes.
thing is whenever I cast a creature, it gets bigger, and then it makes my creatures cost less for the 1/1 counters that are on it.
So
So it's kind of
as far
like, oh, the creatures are, it's cheating them out, in a sense, and I'm
to
getting
this day,
more
Animar is
power.
one of your most broken fucking commanders.
Yes.
Sort of
Yeah.
Christ.
So as far as so interestingly enough, while it isn't technically because okay, so while I dad my dad was what who originally taught me how to play Magic. There wasn't many other people to play with, and we weren't able to play often. We played on and off up until I want to say about junior high was when I more or less stopped playing for a while because I was focused on school and other stuff at that point. And then I got into high school. And that is where a friend of ours, dear Largus, got me back into Magic.
Hmm.
And funnily enough, I'm pretty sure he is also the person who introduced me to Commander and bought me my first precon or my first Commander deck in general. And that would be our buddy Troy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Troy is the person who got me back into Magic, and I'm pretty sure he's the person who bought me my original Commander deck. I could be very wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was him.
What was your
My
first
first
commander?
my first commander. Now, ironically enough, I do still have this deck, although the original commander for this deck, I'm pretty sure isn't even in the deck anymore. And that is a commander called Estrid the Masked. Estrid the Masked was
Oh,
and it was a very unique commander because generally speaking, commanders are
we can
usually
actually
legendary
look this
creatures.
up for those watching. Let's see,
Now, hold on.
Estrid.
Estrid the Masked is very special because it's a planeswalker, not a legendary creature. It is a planeswalker
Yes.
that's it was a precon that my friend had gotten me. It's an enchantment based deck. I still have it, but I have traded out the commander for one that I kind of like more called Tuvasa the Sunlit.
Okay.
Which the reason originally why I did that was because if I'm being honest, Esther the Masked far stronger because of what she does. I liked Tuvasa at the time because she was just a simpler play style
Hmm.
of play a bunch of enchantments, make Tuvasa really big, kill someone with commander damage.
Yeah, she does a lot because not only is she a planeswalker, which inherently there's a lot of power when there's a planeswalker on the
Inherently.
field, but they, which looking at it right now, and I'm showing chat, is +2 untap each enchanted permanent you control, right, which is huge. You
Yeah.
untap all your stuff,
So
basically.
one of the bigger different, real quick before you continue
Mhm.
reading, one of the bigger differences between Estrid the Masked and Tuvasa the Sunlit is the factor that Estrid primarily cared about aura-based enchantments, which the deck had a good amount of.
Yeah.
Although after I ended up switching her out into Tuvasa and trading her out entirely,
Mhm.
uh, Tuvasa became. While I don't think I ever fully ended up procking her in this direction, the playthrough the style was to build her as more of a pillow fort commander, where I play a bunch of like the like ghostly prison, propaganda, those
Yeah.
kinds of spells that make it harder for you to hit me, make it harder for you to deal with my board, while also at the same time just killing you guys off with commander damage. Funnily enough, there is a combo that I wanted to pull off that was I had one part of the combo. I never got the other part. In my deck, I forget what the card's called. I think it's a green white card. It turns everything into enchantments, right?
Yeah.
Literally, it makes it so everything on the board is an enchantment. There's another card called Aura Thief. When Aura Thief dies, I gain control of all enchantments. And it was
That's
basically
huge.
yeah, it was a nasty fucking combo. Sadly, I never got to do it. I'm pretty sure Tuvasa's. I don't think I've played Tuvasa in fucking forever. I'm not even sure if I still. I don't even know if I still fucking carry her around with me anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure she's like stored away somewhere at this point. But yeah, that's my original commander deck. Uh, Still one of my all-time favorites. I do genuinely like to play her. I'm probably going to reconstruct that Enchantress deck at some point. I may rebuild
Okay.
it under Estrid the Masked again at some point. I don't know though. We'll
But
see.
yeah, looking at Estrid the Masked,
Also for
uh,
context, and I'm sure you all can see the deck was green, white, blue, which
yeah,
in the name is a Bant deck.
uh, definitely a lot of control, a lot of either life gain or making things bigger, right? Because of the green and white esque uh to it. But yeah, +2, untap each enchanted permanent you control. Its -1 ability, create a white aura enchantment token named Mask attached to another target permanent. The token has enchanted permanent and totem armor. And basically what totem armor does is if the permanent's going to be destroyed, you destroy the enchanted enchantment, right? Instead. And then its -7 ability says, put the top 7 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return all non-aura enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then do the same for aura cards. Again, very strong, very powerful. Uh, that's a solid
Estrid,
first deck.
on it, yeah, it was. I believe my second deck was actually one of a deck that you are very familiar with, and generally because of its theming gets a lot of hate,
Yeah.
and that is Ozzy Tired of Gutter Straits, which is my landfall deck. For context, people, for anybody who doesn't know Magic, landfall is generally very much hated in the Magic community because it's literally such an easy playthrough of play land, get benefit.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's that stupid. Anywho,
But Eodor, who was your
Yes.
first commander? Because I don't believe you told us who it was. I think you only gave us the colors.
It was Analia, Archmage Ritualist.
the emissary one.
Nalia, Archmage, Ritualist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me look it up.
I believe that's the emissary one, right? The one that says whenever I believe it's whenever a wizard enters the battlefield under your control, you can
Eminence,
pay one
right?
to make a token.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
token was that right? Is it pay one, make
Yeah.
a token?
Blue,
Make a
two
token.
of any, blue, black, red. Eminence. Whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield under your control, if Analia, Archmage Ritualist is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that wizard. The token gains haste, meaning it can attack that turn, right? Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. So you get a temporary token copy, and then you can tap 5 untapped wizards you control. Target player loses 7 life. Another solid commander.
Goody goody. I definitely have an all-time favorite card, and I've used it against you guys multiple times.
Yeah.
Yep. Funnily, here, so I'm actually going to bring up one more Magic the Gathering question, and this is going to be a general question for everybody who wants to answer.
Okay.
Anybody in chat can also answer this question. What is your favorite color combo? And monocolor decks count. And for context, monocolor means one color deck.
Yes.
What is your favorite color combo to play?
Ooh. That is
Doing good for me.
that is a strong question, considering I have over 70 deck lists, right? That I may or may not have tested.
I had to say, any combination of fire and light, though, goes absolutely insane.
Fire. Boros. White, black.
Boros.
Or
Okay.
white and red, sorry. Boros. Wait, you said fire and light?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
red and
Yeah.
white.
Yeah. Boros.
Sometimes that's another thing that I want to real quick before I answer my own thing. I think it's funny to think about the fact that people are introduced to Magic and more specifically its colors in such different ways.
Yeah.
And the two main ones I've seen it are the way I was introduced to Magic, where referring to the colors as colors, which is red, white, blue, green, and black. And then people being referred to them being as like elements, like dark, light, water, grass, and fire, which I think is very interesting and says a lot about like the community of Magic in general.
Mhm. What what is your color combo, Hazy?
So for the longest time, and this was a very biased opinion because it was the only real color combo that I ever played for a long time, or at least a mixture of these 3 colors, and that was Bant, which was white, blue, and white, blue, and green. Nowadays,
Oh.
though, it is I have a very different favorite color combo. And that is a very recent thing I've realized, mostly through the fact. Now, here's the thing that I need to iterate because this is going to help tell a bit. I have gotten to the point where I actually enjoy building decks more than I enjoy playing them. I still enjoy playing Magic the Gathering through the card game itself, but I love building decks.
Yes.
I fucking adore it so much. It's so much fun for me because it helps my creative juices begin flowing. But because I've realized that there are a lot of fucking decks I've built that are this color combo, I've realized Jund is my favorite color combo, which is red, green, black.
Interesting.
And this is very funny to me.
So a lot of
Because when
sacrifice.
there are a lot of fucking like sacrifice decks that I've built with
Yeah.
this. Not all of them. Not all of them are. But this color combo has a lot to do with like graveyard recursion, big stompy death creatures, which is funny because there was a time in my life that I said I would never, ever play red. Because
Really?
I didn't, originally, I didn't really like or enjoy what it brought to the table of Magic. I thought it was kind of boring and very bland. I thought black was kind of cool. I think the only reason I didn't originally play black and or white was because it was the colors that my dad played a lot of,
Okay.
and so I wanted to play something different. But no, Jund, green, red, black. It's become one of my favorite color combos. I have like 30 different decks that I've built from just commanders of that color. No, correction, 45.
That's
Because
a
I've
lot.
yeah, and that's not even the
I
total number
think
of
I
decks I've
think I
built.
think after 5, it's a bit of an addiction with the color combo.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've built at least 5 decks for every single color combo, including mono,
Oh,
except colorless, and that's just because I don't think there's enough to build 5.
Oh God,
yeah.
my wife's making tacos and it smells delicious.
That's amazing.
I can smell them from here, and I'm not even there.
I
Yeah.
love you.
That, funnily enough, speaking of tacos, and this has
Oh my
literally
God, she found the nail clippers too.
this has- huh?
I'm waiting to trim my nails for like 2 weeks now, and she found the
Oh,
nail
okay.
clippers. I've been
So
looking for them
speaking
fuckers
of
everywhere.
tacos. This has
Wow,
nothing to do with the
easy.
previous conversation, but uh, I'm really upset. So apparently, this deal was only for yesterday, but
Mhm.
Taco Bell recently brought back the Mexican pizza.
No.
Yes,
They
and
brought back
yesterday,
the
yesterday,
taco salad too,
yeah,
but small.
yesterday they had a deal going on that for with every drink you would get a Mexican pizza for $1. And me and my
That's not
dad
bad.
originally, yeah, it was only for yesterday though. Me and my dad thought it was supposed to be today. So when we got off work, we were gonna go get one. I was gonna buy it. I was gonna spend some money to get us both one. We looked it up and it wasn't the case, but they recently brought
Yeah.
them back. I just weird little tangent. Just came
Uh,
to mind. Sorry.
what was the question again? Squirrels.
Color combo.
Oh,
You
gotcha.
like squirrels for what reason now? Because I'm looking at my squirrel deck. Are you creeping over here?
No, I
No, it's good for
absolutely can't
ADHD.
read your mind. No, but
I'm looking at my squirrels as we speak, so that's terrifying.
I see you. Anyway,
I'm ready to play if you're
so
ready.
in regards to when I started or actively playing Magic, right? I would say it was white blue. Those were like
Interesting.
my most powerful colors, right? Uh, I had a mean artifact deck with Teferi, and it was nuts, right? It would
Did it have
combo
so many
off. It would do
artifacts to my
yeah.
squirrel because of you?
Unfortunately for me, I have no clue what the hell happened to that deck. I moved a few times in the last like handful or so of years, and I have no clue what happened to it. And I may just try to rebuild it as a commander and try to figure out what cards I had. I don't remember.
Honestly,
Um,
you could probably just get the commander and build an upgraded version of
it
it.
wasn't a commander deck. It was something that I
Oh,
built from scratch, and it was standard at the time, turned into modern.
funnily enough, so, and this
In like
is
form?
Uh,
Or like card
so
form or online form?
Card form,
Oh.
physical.
that's impressive. So,
Um,
funnily enough, this is a very similar thing. One thing I've always had trouble with, and probably one of the main reasons why I've never really been into the 60 card format of Magic too heavily, is
yeah,
because I can never be sure. I'm never fucking certain which one is which and between standard and modern. I know one of them is is like, oh, it's the four most current sets, I
standard.
believe, or what,
That's standard.
that's standard.
Standard
And then modern is
standard
like,
is the most recent 4 sets, and then at a certain point, it rotates out. And
and then
then
modern is
modern
like,
is everything.
yeah,
As modern would be as of current, standard would be as of now.
Yes.
which which actually that's not even technically correct because that's legacy. Legacy is everything. Modern is, I think it goes back up to, I think modern is designed to to go back up to like 5 years,
Reasonable.
but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Again, I know the only reason I know anything about legacy is because I know when I build a lot of like 60 card or whatever decks, they all count as legacy.
Gotcha.
And I think
But
I think
yeah,
60
that's
card decks are good for groups of 3 or less.
they're good for
yeah.
one-on-one primarily. Again, depending on the
Primarily
format
one-on-one.
itself.
Commander, I'd say definitely uh 2 or more, right?
Yeah, but
As
if
your
you're doing a
niche.
60 card deck, you're definitely going to make an alliance with one of the 3.
So you know what's really funny about your earlier comment about your what was it, blue white artifact deck you said?
Mhm.
I also had a 60 card artifact deck.
I'm
Oh.
not excited to meet Oops All Board Wipes.
I have to I'll have to rebuild it at some point because
You
it's
have
not.
to. I'm going to be
I
very
have.
disappointed as I
It's
play,
not
but
because I don't have the deck list on Moxfield, which is where a lot of my deck lists are now. I
Yeah.
will state most of the decks I've built in the past aren't on Moxfield anymore. I need to rebuild a lot of my older deck lists.
now that
Speaking of
Olegus has Kurt's
Moxfield,
Forge, I'm going to make him download my fucking Terraria map and walk through
Now,
it.
as far I
uh,
also had a 60 card artifact deck.
mhm.
Pretty sure it technically counted as modern. It was a 4-color artifact deck.
Oh,
It was red, black, white, blue.
Damn.
And it
okay.
wasn't like all powerful or anything. Like there weren't really any combos. It was basically just built from whatever I had on hand.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was a lot of what made it effective, I guess. It was the fact that I ran a lot of really cheap zero cost equipment that just
Mhm.
hit the board, triggering like the 3 or 4 different creatures that would ping my opponents for artifacts entering and then just
Yeah.
burn away people's health. Black and white were in there primarily for it was like red was the primary color for again the creatures of artifacts hitting board pinging you for damage. Black was in there for spot removal. White was in there for a lot of like for like life gain to make sure I could survive a bit longer. And then
Yeah.
blue was in there for like counter spells and stuff.
Gotcha.
It wasn't a deck that always won, but it was just a deck I remembered because you brought it up. I might still have it, funnily enough. I'd have to look though.
But yeah, speaking of Moxfield, a lot of my decks are on my phone in Mana Box.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of to the point because again, Mana Box has had its issues and similar other apps, right? Where I'll put my decks in and then maybe the app crashes. And so I need to put all my decks online and put them in Moxfield or
I believe
what's the other one?
the other popular one I know of is Architect.
Architect. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I personally don't. I've never even tried using Architect, mostly because I know Moxfield is stupidly connected with basically every other fucking Magic the Gathering site,
Yeah,
EDH
I have
Rec, fucking
both.
Scryfall, everything.
I have both.
I don't even think I have an Architect account. I should make one.
But in regards to your previous question, when I started blue white, I'd say in the current, considering how many decks I have of this color, I'd have to say Wooburg. And for context, that's all 5 colors of Magic the Gathering.
Minus technically colorless, but colorless
Mm,
technically belongs in everything, so
yeah.
that's its own weird little thing. That makes a lot of sense for you, honestly, because you're the kind of player who likes playing everything.
But that's the thing. It comes like even in a game, and it's kind of off tangent, but slightly. A game, for example, Marvel Rivals, right? I'm trying to learn all different, your Vanguard, your Duelist, and your support, right? I'm trying to be well rounded, and it kind of that's just how I am. I like being well rounded. I like experiencing everything, if that makes sense.
I get you. Like here, I think here's my thing, right? I like trying everything at least once. I like trying different tactics and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do have preferences. Like again, I've come to the realization that I enjoy red, green, black because of the, and I think that's mostly because now we said, oh, it's a lot of sacrifice decks, and there are quite a few of them. But ironically enough, that is not all of them. I've actually made quite a few that have literally nothing to do with my creatures dying at all. And I think there was a deck list I built at one point that was literally just it, oh fit okay. I don't remember. I do have one more Magic the Gathering question for
Okay.
you guys in general. Eodor, again, you will answer this question first. And that is, if you got a chance to try any format, which one would you want? Which one do you want to try?
What do you mean by any format? I'm sorry.
Like
Format: modern,
Commander,
legacy,
Modern,
pauper.
Standard.
Commander all damn day.
Well, no, I should reiterate my question. The question should be, if you were to try a new format that you have not played before, which format would you be most interested in trying out?
Out of the total of, could we have Commander, Standard, Legacy? And what? What do you mean by format?
In general, just any Magic the Gathering format.
I'd always prefer Commander,
Okay,
but
fair
that-
enough.
that's just because
Oh,
I love the giant cards that come with the decks. The thing,
Oh,
the
the
opportunity.
Funnily enough, I don't think they do that anymore. Sadly,
Really?
yeah,
so
they don't really
Okay,
do that
then
with Commander decks anymore.
Then I have 4 of those.
I'm gonna throw
Oh.
some shade
Oh boy.
because you challenged me
Oh no.
for this, and it's your fault because you posed this question, buddy. And that is Pendragon, because I've made 2 decks. We have not played.
I am still in the process of making one. That likelihood is it will be finished the latest by the end of the weekend.
When you finish it, we're gonna play it, and not only are we gonna play it, because you challenged me while I was alive, so we're
I'm
gonna
saying
play
this
it
one more
live.
fucking time. I'm saying this one more fucking time. I did not challenge you. I told you about the format, and you went, "That would be a fun format to play." And I said, "We can do it if you want to."
It's okay though.
I challenged you
I
to a
won't beat
Clover
you up too
format,
much.
but that's an general thing.
Yeah, I mean,
We
but
will
yeah,
definitely do some Pendragon at some point. As for me, there is one format I've been wanting to play for a very, very long time, and that's called Oathbreaker.
okay.
Now, for anybody who doesn't know what Oathbreaker is, it is a very unique. I believe it's a 100 card format. I could be wrong. What I
Okay.
do know about it is it is a dual commander form. It is a dual commander esque format where your commanders are a planeswalker and a instant or sorcery.
I can look it up.
And I believe one of the big rules is you cannot cast the instant or sorcery until you've cast your planeswalker.
So, Oathbreaker format. It's a 60 card deck size format. Number of players 3 to 5. Game duration, typically 50
Continue
minutes.
though.
Uh, play rules. One Oathbreaker, a Planeswalker card, one signature spell, an instant or sorcery card, and 58 main deck cards. Oathbreaker is a multiplayer format where each player builds around their favorite Planeswalker.
How
Each
dare you,
player's deck
Fox? How dare you?
consists of 60 total cards as follows. Every card in a player's deck, including their signature spell, must match the color identity of the Oathbreaker, with the exception of basic lands. Players are only allowed one of each card in their deck, so it's a singleton format. Cards from all sets of Magic history are legal.
Mhm.
Command Zone. You have access to your Oathbreaker and signature spell from the beginning of each game. Okay, so your signature spell and your Oathbreaker are in the command zone. Gotcha. When you start the game of Oathbreaker, put your Oathbreaker and signature spell face up in the command zone. You can cast your Oathbreaker from the
I
command
win.
zone for its nominal cost plus an additional 2 mana for each previous time it's been cast from the command zone. Uh, the game. Is it the same for the signature spell as well?
What was it? What was the question?
Uh,
Sorry, my brain has
if
entered a.
your Oathbreaker is on the battlefield under your control, you can cast your signature spell for its normal cost, plus an additional 2 mana for each previous time you cast. Okay, so it's
In order,
uh
yes, in order for you to cast the spell, you have to have your Oathbreaker on board. Think
oh,
again. Think of it
okay.
as you're literally.
So
You think of it as you're literally a wizard. Without the wizard
gotcha.
on board, you cannot cast your spell.
So it's you can cast the spell, but you can't cast it if you don't have the person to cast it. Gotcha. That makes sense. Um, oh, I thought I was showing it to chat.
Are you not?
I was
To be
not.
fair, I've been stuck in ads for like an hour for like the last
No,
most of
you're
the
good.
stream, and that's mostly because the stream itself is on mute, and when I'm not in the thing, the
Yeah.
ads are just paused.
Also, we have some messages. Usually Hazy is the one tempting us. Sounds like Hazy to issue a challenge. I'll back Allergus on that one. Don't make me choose favorites. But yeah,
Yeah, that's when I that's
Oathbreaker
why I said
definitely
how dare you.
sounds like an interesting format.
Yeah,
I'm not keen on doing any 60 card formats, but I'd be willing to try this.
it's definitely not something we're gonna do right now. I mostly because it's another one of those formats that I've tried building decks for, but had a bit of
Yeah.
trouble, and I think that's mostly because of how limited the
Mhm.
planeswalker options are in regard to that.
But dialing it back to Eodor.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be yeah.
So you've been modding for quite a while. What are your biggest inspirations in regards to Mimic Tale, in regards to creating mods? What are some of your biggest inspirations? You there, bud?
Big Daddy L.
Oh,
Hmm. I think we've lost him.
I think so too. He's in call.
He might be eating. Maybe I know he mentioned his wife was making. Yeah, he's out there getting tacos, as Fox says.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Hell yeah.
I'll ask him again when he comes back. I'm
I'm
Funny
looking.
enough,
back.
there he
Did
is.
you have
Speak of the
any?
devil.
There
Yes,
you are.
sorry, I had to pee.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That makes
we
more
were
sense.
like, oh,
That makes
maybe
sense.
he's getting them tacos. Uh,
No, there are tacos, but not that
mm,
taco.
Ah,
mm. So Eodor,
Yes.
I know you've been modding for a little while now, right? In regards to
Yes.
modding, in regards to your previous creations or even your current creations, what are some of your biggest inspirations?
And real quick, I'm going to add on to that question with what exactly got you into modding originally?
Modding in Let's start off with that real fast. Modding in general, I originally started off with a request from a friend, just asking if I would be able to make them something, or they were talking about making something, and I made it for them.
Okay.
And that's basically what started it all.
Interesting.
I made a My first creation was in Terraria. It was a staff that summoned a duck to fight for you. A little mallard duck.
Okay.
Because it was for a friend named Box Duck.
That's cute.
What was the other
What
part
are
of that?
what are some of your biggest inspirations or what are your biggest inspirations
Or modding.
in modding in your creations?
Okay. In modding at this moment, my biggest inspirations are all of you in Torby's crew, to be honest. Every single one of you guys that joins each day, other than the few that have joined throughout my own exploits,
Mhm.
I hope to have all of you as my first 21 mimics, which are the only available slots. All of
Aw,
you. Except, oops, who got a polar bear because he likes polar bears.
that's
So
kind of
that
cool.
leaves an extra slot.
They gave me 2 more because it's
Um,
oh, you're
Oh, yeah,
Anywho,
definitely all-time biggest
we,
inspirations.
I honestly, I appreciate that a lot.
Allergus, Hazy, and Torby.
you are
Also,
such a sweetheart, Eudor.
I love the fact that we've been canonicalized as Torby's crew.
Yes. I
Which
met
makes
her
sense.
originally because she was my main inspiration. Like as soon as she sent me the message that she sent me about Mimic
Mhm.
Tail, I was ready to give up. I didn't think anyone was appreciating what I was doing, liking it, loving it. I was just kind of doing me instead.
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
her message pushed me over the edge.
she originally told us about your mod, and even before we met you as a person, collectively, everybody in the crew thought your mod idea was such a cool idea.
Yeah,
I
I was
can't wait
immediately
to do
like,
the
yeah.
retexturing. I'm the
Uh,
only Mimic mod still,
yeah.
which is
Well,
insane.
so like
Yeah.
my first thought when I heard mimics, I was thinking D&D and I'm like,
Yes.
D&D monsters in
When I
Hytale?
originally started with the Mimics, it was they were originally based off, and as you can tell by the larger ones, they're based off of Baldur's Gate 3's Mimics.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like
Real
my
quick,
initial thought, yeah.
since we're on the topic of Mimic Tail specifically, I wanted to bring up something that I thought was really cool and makes me feel a bit proud. And this goes back to the fact that you mentioned there was I don't know if he's specifically a YouTuber or I'll refer to him as a content creator. I don't remember the dude's name, but you
Mhm.
mentioned being that your mod was number 2 in someone's video.
Yes. And that was actually sent to me by Siegfried, and he wasn't even in the video. Siegfried's the runner of MMO skill trees and abilities, which we use
Yes.
Oh,
often.
that's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yeah,
So,
he actually posted it to me personally because he was excited. Me and him are the ones collaborating on our
Which
own
they are
game soon.
terrific. They hopped in my chat a while
yeah,
back and
Do they?
they are
Yeah,
such
I
a
love that mod.
sweetheart.
they hopped in
So,
Torby's and they were so sweet that they actually added me personally, and I'm personally in a 3-person group chat between them and 2 other people.
Oh yeah.
interesting.
It's beautiful.
So, what I wanted to
Cons-
mention was the fact that when I watched the video, one of the things because there's a bunch of stuff in the mod itself.
Mhm.
To be fair, quite a bit of it relates to us as your friends specifically. But there is an
Yes.
item that was mentioned that I would like to take the pride of being that I'm the reason it exists. And that was the mimic boat, or the hazy floater, as we
Yes,
call
the
it.
hazy float. Yep, hazy floater. Absolutely.
And
They
I-
showcased that in 2x scale, which I am thinking about making extra saddle seats for it so others can ride with.
honestly, I think it would be such a cool idea to like upscale it so it's like
I'm
3
gonna
or
add
4 people
extra
could be on
seats.
one at a time.
Yep, I just have to add a saddle 2 and saddle 3, and then it'll be fine.
We about to be Pirates of the
I
Caribbean
heard
out here.
floater, and
I mean, I've told you guys about the boss I'm thinking about, correct?
I
The
don't know.
giant pirate ship mimic.
Yeah.
oh,
He's gonna float out in the ocean and just be way out there. So I mean, you go out there, you have a chance, but when you go
Mhm.
deeper out, you'll have a higher chance.
Oh
Now,
boy.
there's a specific reason I brought this up, and that is because there is the so the reason I inspired that is because the inspiration I got, what, or at least where my thought process came up when I brought the idea of a mimic boat into play, was because it was a D&D thing.
Mhm.
There was a post, I forget by who, that I had seen a couple months prior, and it was a thing called an elder mimic, which was basically a
Yes.
giant galleon-sized ship
Yes.
where the mimic's maw was the
I've
fucking
not seen this, but I love it.
the mimic's mouth was the front of the ship splitting open, and the mouth was like
Oh, so
super
kind of like mine is, but larger
Yes.
scale. Yeah, that's how the boat will be for the boss. But I'm gonna go further into detail.
I-
Everything's getting a retexture soon, except for the pets. You guys are all gonna stay.
I will
cute.
say, I heard hazy floater, and I immediately thought of a mimic blimp.
Ooh,
A blimp would
shit!
be fucking cool,
I
especially because
could start making
Because then
flying
it,
creatures. Oh my
because
god!
because
you
then
could,
like
Hold on, let me grab my phone. Hold the phone here.
Yeah.
Who's this going under, Allergus or Hazy?
No,
Well, that was
this
that was
is
Hazy, right?
Alargus.
That was Allergus,
No,
right?
no. This has got to be an Alargus thing.
Oh yeah. Space, because you have 3 more things I have to work on.
An Alargus aerial.
you know, it'd be even funnier if it had the Team Rocket logo.
Oh my
So,
god.
funnily enough, you said that, and
let's
my brain
let's go
actually
back. I'm lost. Hold on.
Hold on.
What am I adding to Allergus's list here? I lost it.
Hold on. Here's
Mimic
what we're
blimp.
gonna do. Hold on. No, hold on. I
Mimic
actually
Blimp.
hold on. I have a better
Hold on.
idea for you, Chris
What?
or Largus. Instead of a blimp, it's an airship.
Oh, a mimic airship.
Airship boss.
I
Gotcha.
think that would be so cool, especially
Little
because
blimps like Drift Blim from Pokemon. Is
Oh,
what
that'd
I
be
was
so
thinking
cool.
as soon
Wait,
as he said
wait.
mimic blimps.
Airship, like mimic airship, and then you
Airship
kill
boss.
it, and then you could just have an airship.
So funnily enough,
Okay.
when he said
Parentheses flying creature.
so when he said blimp, my brain jumped to things like the Goodyear blimp. That's what I hear that's what I think of when I hear blimp, because like what you're thinking of isn't a blimp at all. Actually, it's a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drift Blim, but then there's the evolved form, which is no, that was
Well, no, that's
also a
drift balloon.
giant air
Drift
balloon.
No, drift balloon.
But yeah,
which
I
the
know
first
what
one.
blimp
That's
is,
based off a
but I
balloon.
was just thinking like as in
Yeah.
creature form size wise.
Yeah. Although to be fair,
Yeah.
I like the idea of like this airship or even a blimp in general.
Mhm.
Instead
There
of it
will
being
be an
like,
airship mimic. That's a whole nother tab here I already placed in.
but like because whenever you look at a blimp or an airship in general, you always have like the balloon on top, but then there's like there's the actual like cockpit area, and it's really small underneath it. And I like the idea of that is where like the mimic's face and everything is.
I can put its heart like in center, because in Hightail there are abilities to where you can walk on or within the creature. So if I leave the void, you'll be able to walk in that void if I leave it in creation. So you'd be able to walk inside
Gotcha.
it if you wanted and go like if you were to fly up above somehow and get in it, you'd be able to get to its heart faster.
Okay.
I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna make a quick observation, real quick, and then
Okay, and then I gotta
think-
go through Alurgis's list because it's beautiful.
I'm gonna make a quick observation, and then I'm gonna kind of hand it over to Alargus because we've gone over an hour, and I think we're getting close to a point where we could, if you guys want to continue a little longer, we can. But if
Yeah, I
you
have like
also,
one,
you
maybe
guys are
two
ready
more
to end, we could.
questions.
Okay, then we could do those. I want to make this quick observation though.
Okay.
Going into this interview idea, I originally
Yeah.
thought we were mostly going to talk about Terraria,
Which we
mainly
can.
because at the time that this idea was brought up, that's a lot of our interaction was Terraria, and then I felt like we might bring up Mimic Tale somewhat, right?
Yes, the Terraria should be stated upon further, mostly because I'm almost at 700,000 views on TikTok for that one.
Damn.
So I mean, I'm way over 500,000.
So
Send me your
that's reasonable.
TikTok.
But the observation I want to make about it is
It's
I feel like the original idea of what we had in mind for this interview and what we've done now, I feel like shows the growth in the friendship that's happened here.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
And I want to
Yeah.
say
Within the last couple months, you guys, I would literally fucking marry.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Leave
say
my
this.
wife with a couple happy women and marry you fuckers.
Oh god. Don't you
Oh
fucking dare.
boy.
You stick to that harem lifestyle, motherfucker.
I know, it's beautiful. I didn't even tell you about my exploits the other day. We'll wait till we're not live.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I want to say I have genuinely enjoyed becoming friends with UL. You've become a very good friend of mine to the
Love
point
you
that
all
I
to pieces.
would genuinely count you among my closest friends alongside
I wish I could have
Alargus and
brought you
Mark.
up here if that trailer wouldn't have fell through. You would have been here. My
I
wife was
know.
all about giving you this goddamn thing.
I
It's
know,
a
and I would have.
$12,000 trailer.
There's
And
a
we were just
possibility
gonna
that
give
there's
it
a
to
possibility
you.
that could still happen in the future.
Yes,
But
correct.
not at the
Because
current
I know
moment because
absolutely
of
that I'd be able to give you this and a job.
yeah. But things
But
have
you have
changed
your own
here.
obligations.
I'm going to be staying in Arizona for a time longer, mostly because honestly, in order for my family to fucking live anywhere, they kind of need
I've
my
heard, yes, which is a great endeavor on your part. In all
to be
honesty.
again, it's also the sentiment of I need a home too. So
Yeah.
That
no,
and
that-
I mean, you should always look
But at the
after
end-
your elders, even
And
if
you
they put
started
you through hard
working,
shit.
call them
so
elders, but okay.
I mean,
no,
I
at
don't
the end of the
want
day-
to call them your parents or whatever elders and shit. I'm just saying, like, if your
It's just my
grandma
family.
needed something, you need
I
to
don't
put her ahead of everybody.
No, all my grandmas are dead.
Oh,
same.
I'm sorry.
Same with my grandmas.
My
I literally
I'm sorry.
I have aunts and uncles, and that's about it.
Damn.
I might have a great uncle somewhere, but I don't
I
know.
have a
grandma's
lot
my
of great
passion,
uncles and
I'm gonna be a
aunts.
mess when my grandma's gone. I only have
it
one
fucking
grandma
broke me.
left. That is all I
Every
have
time
left
one
is
of my
one.
grandmas passed, it fucking broke me.
I swear to God. I'm named after my great grandma's husband, and when she passed, I fucking lost my goddamn mind.
When Grandma
Yeah.
Jamie died, I was hurt because I was the main kid who knew her so well. I went to visit her a lot when she lived in Douglas growing up, and it was just so fucking heartbreaking to lose her.
I understand that.
When
Do you
I
guys
was
know my actual name?
Willard.
Yes, Willard.
Okay, I refer to you as L mostly. But...
Yes, absolutely. Which I actually use in every video game since is now my character name. Which
also
I always either went for Eldor.
So for context, when I say L, in my mind I am picturing it as EAL, which I know technically is eel.
Eel. Yeah.
But I still
feel
say
you.
L.
And which I just when I write L for L is just EL.
That's fair, and that's perfectly fine
because of you.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
not just gonna do the letter L like I'm fucking Death Note and I'm depressed. I'm writing my notebook.
Honestly speaking, not even the right character, which is funny because I'm not a big Death Note person. But I want to say that I am
I've watched
glad
a lot of Dead
I'm glad you've come into our life, L. I
Absolutely.
think
I'll
you
come
are
into
a
whatever you guys ask me to come into.
Hey, yo.
wild. I'm very happy to have you in my life, man. It
Thank
has
you.
been such a fucking blast and pleasure
You
to get
guys
to know you.
are my goddamn passion. Like, my drive is you guys, especially when I need to ask for more recommendations in modding from you guys more
Oh,
often.
definitely. I think once I'm actually able to like focus on doing some gaming more often, which
Damn,
probably won't be
will
anytime
be the
soon.
winter for me.
I
Winter,
don't even know if that.
Mimic Tail's gonna
Winter
blow
is
up.
coming.
Yes, Mimic Tail will
Winter.
blow
Freaking Game
up in
of
the winter.
Thrones
I
stuff.
promise you.
Oh
I've had
boy.
so many people ask me to set up a donation channel that it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just don't want to take anyone's money. I feel bad. Like,
So
this is
that was
something
the
I'm trying to
thing.
make.
So about a year ago, I had like 5 or 6 people ask me about donations and stuff, and I was like super hesitant. And then someone was like, "Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be money," and I was like, "Fair." And someone, so I made a Throne account because I heard about it, I got ads for it, and then Hazy
Is
was like,
that because
"Hey,
I am not aware?
so Throne,
Continue.
Throne is basically uh a wish list, like a bona fide wish list that you can
Yeah.
connect to your home address, and it'll be hidden to the public, so people won't see the address, but they can send stuff to it, right? And it's connected to a lot of
Thank you for noticing, Fox.
mainstream stores, including Amazon, and you can make your wish list. Well, someone used it for the first time. Shout out to them, right?
Fox is right, Alargus. You need to update yours.
I do. I
Yeah.
do need to add more stuff to it. Um,
Sadly, it'll be a while before mine ever gets used. Mostly one again because I don't have an
but
address to put in it, and I need a phone to actually do anything. Apparently, with it anymore.
you could definitely try Throne Eodor. And then also, I believe you talked about maybe streaming. So there's some things in that regard that if you need help
Yes.
with, let me know.
Yes, I'll be asking you real soon because my Terraria server of builders that I have that are like worldwide known, they are very excited to see me start streaming shit.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Like,
guys.
with-
I'm going to read a couple messages we got in chat.
Mhm.
Yes, please do.
I want to
love
interact a bit
chat.
more. Most of them are all from the lovely and adoring Fox. You guys are
Which,
such
yes.
sweethearts, except Hazy is half sweetheart, half devil. Thank you for noticing.
Facts.
You really need, as I stated, she goes, you really need to update yours, Alargus.
Yes,
Yeah.
facts.
And she goes, you're so welcome, Alargus. You deserve more, but I give what I can.
Thank you so much. You are a sweetheart.
I want to also put some love towards her because she was also trying to send me stuff, which
Mhm.
brought me to the attention of the fact that Throne is updated quite a bit with the fact that in order to use it, I need a phone number now.
Yeah.
So my Throne is not currently working. One, because I don't have a full time. Fox is the Fox. Yes, she is, Al. Yes, she is.
I heard the goth mommy and I need
Yep.
judge if must.
So I will say I do have a couple last questions because we are getting close to time.
Yeah.
Eodor,
Yes.
what is one question that you wish we had asked you, and how would you have answered it?
I guess it would have been why do they call me the Echo King?
Okay.
I think we did ask that.
And no, like the reason why I'm known as the Echo King, I'm sorry. Like well known. Like
Oh,
Mhm.
right. Okay, that makes more sense.
Chippy knows me. Redigit knows me. Senks Jim
Mhm.
knows me well. I broke their game entirely. They had no idea it could even do the stuff that I made it do. And I've created my own access within that game, which we talked about a little bit. But I broke it beyond belief. You can go from top down to 3D just because of my method, which is just a checkered pattern essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which that would have been most of that of why they do that. But the main reason of why they call me the Echo King is because in my largest build, I used over 1.5 million Echo platforms in order to traverse the entire world all the way to hell.
That is
Wow.
very impressive. And real
And
quick,
still be able to fight bosses.
is it Echo platforms or Echo blocks?
Echo
'Cause
platforms.
Because from what I've heard,
Echo blocks
the only-
close
'cause I
off
know-
the location.
Do they? Because I remember the fact that like the whole thing behind Echo blocks is the fact that they're actuatable, that you can use actuators to turn them invisible or make them
No,
like
they
pass,
are always invisible, but you can turn
or
those
not invisible,
invisible
but like
blocks actuated. So you could not see the area, but you have to have the Echo goggles in order to see them.
okay. So it's Echo platforms that are like
Echo platforms and
invisible
Echo
or
blocks that are invisible.
so platforms are like the traversal thing then?
Yes. If you do them
Okay.
in a checkered pattern, leaving a space in between each, you can hold up and move left to right or down and left to right to traverse in diagonal patterns, which I
Gotcha.
described.
Okay. So the checker pattern essentially gives you flight.
It gives you zero limitation to where you want to explore. You can go into every corner and crevice.
So omnidirectional movement.
Yes.
Very
Gotcha.
interesting.
So turned a 2D game into a top-down game into a 3D game. Which the 3D version of that game would be the video I have with almost 700,000 views on TikTok.
So you said that you used millions of them. How long did that take?
Yes. That took, oh my God. I'm not even done doing the layout. I just laid out all the platforms and I've got, if you've played Terraria and you've been in a
Mhm.
dungeon, that dungeon is gone in my world. It is its
Oh,
own
boy.
top-down dungeon.
Oh wow.
And the entire thing is actually 7 times larger than the Terraria dungeons at their max. So I had to use
Wow.
a max-sized world and extend it even further.
So I have one last question personally.
Yes.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, Chris, you have one more after me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make my question pretty quick. Based on the fact, one, anybody who's a gamer plays more than just one video game, and it's
Absolutely.
obvious. And it's obvious from your thing. You play a lot of other games. You're into
Mhm.
Pokemon, from what I can tell. You like Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
If
I
outs-
play. Sorry, I play
out-
Pokemon before bed. I hop into Skyrim before I fall asleep, and
My
when I get off
guy.
work, I hop into Hytale and Pale World.
Yeah. So my question is, outside of Terraria, or if you had never played Terraria, what do you think your favorite game would be?
Ooh.
For Alargus or for anybody?
Both of you, honestly, could answer the question. What do you, if your favorite game, if you have never played your favorite game,
Mhm.
what do
What
you
my
think your
other one
favorite game
be?
would actually be? Yeah.
It'd be any of the Fable games
Ooh.
all day.
Okay.
I still play
Okay.
those to this day.
That's a very unique.
1, 2,
That
and
unique
3. Waiting for 4.
The Fable games are really cool. I do agree. Those are very
They'll
good.
never make them like they made 3 again, especially because they're not making 4 fucking multiplayer.
But yeah.
So
What about you, Chris?
my favorite game is actually Skyrim.
Love
Of
you
course.
for that.
Yes.
It's
If I
there'd never be another
never
one of
played
those.
Skyrim, what would my favorite game be? That is very much a hard question. Oh, um, I don't know.
If it helps anything before any of the Fable games, it would have been Kingdom Hearts.
That's a
Another good
solid
one.
choice. That is a
You,
very
which
much a
one?
solid choice.
First off, 2 and then 3 because 2 was the best.
Okay, agreeable. Also, I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually dislike this opinion for whatever reason. I liked the Kingdom Hearts that was like a card game. I thought it was funny.
It was cute. I agree.
I don't know why it got so much hate.
It was reasonable, but it should have been displayed better. A lot of people
Yeah, that's
bought it
fair.
because they thought it was going to be something else.
So this game basically doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Big sad.
But I have well over hundreds of thousands of hours in it. Um, and that is a mafia game called Five Families.
I remember you telling me about this.
I have not
I
played.
At one point the server that I was in was the biggest crew or guild, if you will. And we basically took control of like all the major like points. Like you could send out a message and in 20-30 minutes hundreds of thousands of troops would be heading that way.
Damn. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a
I
very interesting poll. I assume, based on its title, it's a mafia-based game.
Yes. It was big on Facebook. They had their own website, I believe, for a while, but it is, as far as I've seen, as far as I've been aware, it no longer exists. Unfortunately. So think of it as basically you build up a your home area, your home base, if you will, and you're making troops, kind of like a Civ game, right? Except that you're a mafioso. You're
Makes
kind
sense.
of like a kingpin, if you will.
I'm pretty sure there are similar games that still exist, but I
Hmm.
don't think that one. I do think you're right in the fact that I don't
Yeah,
think that one exists anymore.
but this will lead
I
to my last question. But you
hold on.
were about to say
Okay.
something.
I will end off on answering my own question. Now, I've stated that the Diablo series is my second favorite series.
Mhm.
Technically, it kind of flip flops between it and Terraria a lot.
Yeah.
So, because of how often they flip flop, I'm kind of going to answer the question as if neither of them existed,
Okay.
making it so my third favorite game of all time isn't, again, not a game, it's a game series, and that is the Dragon Quest games.
Ooh.
Oh my god, yes. Those were what my fucking Mimic Sack was revolved around when I originally started doing Vroid models.
I grew up on Dragon Quest. Like, it was
Same.
the game I played as a kid.
Did you see the new series yet?
No, I have not yet. I have not.
Watch it.
I am going to when I get the chance. But I love Dragon Quest.
Mhm.
One of my favorite ones that I remember growing up playing a lot was on the Nintendo DS, and that was Dragon Quest Sentinels of the Starry Sky.
Gotcha.
I believe it was the only Dragon Quest game that was put on a Nintendo system. But I love the Dragon Quest games. They're fucking amazing. I do think they're very funny because, and this is going to be kind of a little tangent. There was a whole thing of like Pokemon suing in Power World for copyright infringement of like stealing ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When Pokemon first came out, it was all but confirmed that a lot of the original like sprites and stuff for Pokemon stuff was stolen from Dragon Quest.
Yes.
Anywho, that'll end my thing. You go ahead and Chris,
reasonable.
finish off with your question.
So,
Yeah.
someone in chat, Fox said, "I love Skyrim the most, but a close second would be one of the Resident Evil games."
I
Solid poll.
feel that.
Solid poll.
That's childhood memories right there.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna do two questions. One is to Eodore and kind of ending. Before I do that question, this is to our listeners, to our watchers, to chat. Um, Hazy's question was, and uh, I I would like Hazy to reiterate this uh, for you guys, and you guys can get in the comments and give us your
Get in the
feedback.
comments.
Hazy,
We,
what was your question again for
the
our
question
chat?
exists as if your favorite game did not exist, or if you never ever played it, what do you think your favorite game would be? Now, I want to state this doesn't necessarily mean that your second favorite game would be your favorite game, because I do genuinely believe that a person's favorite game influences a lot about them.
Hmm.
So take some time to think about it and comment about it, you know?
Yeah. Now to my final question. Eodore, where can our listeners find you online? What are your socials?
Every single one of my socials anywhere, including Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Facebook in some areas,
Hmm.
and even here are all Eldor Prime. All the same thing everywhere.
Real quick,
Awesome.
just in case anyone
YouTube.
isn't uncertain, if anyone's uncertain, could you spell that out for them?
EALDORPRIME
Thank
for
you.
everything.
Oh
Heck yeah.
yeah.
We love a consistent man.
Very consistent.
Well, I'm
I'm a
Allergus,
creature of habit.
and you guys can find me on a number of socials. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter and Instagram are going to be Allergus_gaming. YouTube as well as Blue Sky would be Allergus. We also, of course, the podcast is on Spotify. It is on as well YouTube. Spotify, it's going to be Howling at Night. That is a podcast, which you can just type in Howling at Night on YouTube and find it as well. But for YouTube, it will be the Night Howlers Network. That's where it's primarily on. Hazy, what are your socials?
You can find me here on Twitch under Hazy the Warlock. You can find me on X under the War Crime Warlock. Uh, I'm going to add another one real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. Uh, on Discord, if you care to, if you guys want to be friend me or whatnot, or you're interested in becoming friends and doing
Hmm.
gaming or whatever, you can find me under Hazy Fire 0182. That is the number is, in order to add someone on Discord, you basically need that
Yeah.
number part to add them. So I'll say that again: Hazy Fire, HAZEYFIRE 0182. And finally, because this is a very recent addition to my socials, you can find me at the War Crimes Warlock or Hazy the Warlock on Instagram.
Yeah. Any uh, any big projects that anyone is doing this week? Anything interesting that you're doing, watching, etc.?
I'm mostly just focused on work, you know,
Yeah.
doing working at a play. I'm going to actually put the name of this company out there because it's a really cool company. They're really cool people. For anybody who has any form of need for construction supplies, uh, look out for Nina Construction Supply. They're an amazing company. They have basically given me a chance to actually get on my own feet and help my family in the same process.
Yeah.
Uh, I thank you, Fox. I'm actually kind of surprised. Is Alargus not your friend on Discord? Hold on.
That's gonna change.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, good.
There you go, baby.
But
You
yeah,
get in there.
if anybody out there is interested in construction supply stuff,
yeah.
look out for Nina. construction supply here in Arizona. I'm
Mhm.
not entirely sure if they have other sites in any other state, but they are here in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. They're an amazing company, and right now I'm just mainly focused on working for them, getting some experience, and hopefully within 3 months getting fully hired by them. Because right now I work with
Yeah.
them through a temp agency. But yeah,
And what
I
about you,
guess
Ador?
on my end, I have, other than work and working in the sun and hurting myself all damn day, I plan to add at least 30 different types of slimes to the mod before the next update,
Ooh.
including slime hats and different
I
variations
will
so you
wear
can
the
wear them as
hat.
friends, including wood slimes of every variation of wood, stone slimes, sandstone slimes, all of it. And they are pets now. If you haven't played recently, you can tame them and bring them home.
Yes.
yeah.
You need them gold ones.
I will say, other than, of course, the podcast, just streaming, work, stream, sleeping, trying
You need
to
more
anyway.
sleep.
I absolutely do need more sleep. I need my
You
beauty
are
sleep.
adorable, Fox. You are so adorable.
Other than
Fox is a
that,
traitor.
not really.
I'm kidding.
There is a potential, one shot. Hopefully, if we can get everyone on the same page, we can do that one shot sooner.
I will state
Uh,
because of work currently, uh my current you know what? No, I'll save this. I'll save it because
yeah. But yeah, other than that, just watching some anime, chilling. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen. You guys are phenomenal. And we'll see you guys on the next adventure.
bye.
Thank you all.
Also,